This is absolutely incredible. A woman captured a poltergeist ravaging her home on camera.
Look, here. Here, look, not bad, isn't it? I'm absolutely shocked. The chair's turning.
The owner of the apartment sent the video to psychics immediately so they could find out what kind of force it is, and the answer is going to shock you. Welcome to Psychics Investigate. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate tangled criminal cases and various mysterious phenomena. In this episode, the psychics are going to deal with an aggressive poltergeist that's attacking a young mother and her 2 children.
It all began with the rapping on the door. I answered it, but there was nobody there.
Yana lives in a 3-bedroom apartment with her 2 sons. Her younger son, Ilya, was the first to feel the poltergeist's presence at home.
He woke up shouting out, "There's a man over there." I told him, "It was an illusion, dear."
But at that moment, the remote control car turned on and began riding itself.
The first thing I did was to check the remote. It was on the wardrobe.
Then the woman's elder son, Artur, also felt the presence of the evil spirit.
He went to the kitchen to drink water and saw a man's silhouette in the bar mirror. He was reflected in full size, from his head to his feet.
All of a sudden, the mirror in the cabinet cracked in front of the boy's eyes. After that, Yana also saw the poltergeist.
I woke up to the feeling that there was somebody standing near me. I opened my eyes and saw a man's face.
Yana got out of bed and went to the cabinet to find a church candle to say a prayer. But all of a sudden, something tore the cabinet's upper door away and threw it straight at her.
The door fell and hit me on the nose. It started to bleed, and it was very bad.
After that event, the woman had a camera installed in her apartment to record the evidence that the invisible attacker really existed.
I was afraid to tell anybody because they would think I was insane. This is terrifying.
Yana has lived in this apartment since she was a child, but recently she stopped feeling safe in her own home. Therefore, she's asking the psychics to help her deal with the evil spirit.
I really need help so I can have peace of mind and know my children are safe, so I can live peacefully in my own apartment.
Ukraine's most powerful psychics, Olena Kurilova and Kayal Alekperov, agreed to help the woman. Before setting off to see Yana, the psychics decide to work with her video clip. This is a dead man.
He's searching for something. There's some kind of mystery related to his death.
I had a vision. This woman, Yana, is in the room, and next to her, I see a severed male head.
Is this the same man?
I don't know yet.
Is it possible that this Yana killed somebody?
Do we have her photo?
I see a vivid picture. 3 women sit facing one another. They put on kerchiefs on their heads and pass a little wooden thing to one another. It looks like some figurine or something, and it's all wrapped up in or entwined with something.
Seems like some kind of ritual, but what does it have to do with Yana?
Some ropes, threads, and knots. And she's one of the 3. She's one of the 3 women.
2 hours later, the psychics arrive in the town where Yana lives and are at her apartment building.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming. I'm really, really grateful. Help me, please. There's somebody living in my apartment.
This is a man's spirit, and this dead man is somehow bound to you.
Who is this?
Can we enter your apartment to summon this man's spirit?
Of course you can, of course.
But before everyone had even entered the building, Kayal Alekperov shocked everyone with what he felt.
There's the spirit of a man here. Beware. He's aggressive.
Flower pots fell from the windowsill. What is going on here? Does the psychic see the spirit that's haunting Yana and her children? But who is this man?
Quiet, quiet. Kyle? Where's his head?
He says, at my home. Where's your home?
God, help and protect me. This is my home.
I'd seen the head of this man, whose spirit appeared in the building when we entered, in the vision I had before the investigation. Was he murdered in Yana's apartment? Could she have been involved in it somehow? My jinns are showing me a ring, but I don't understand what connection it can have with the beheaded man. Olena, what's the matter?
Sit down, sit down. Are you unwell?
My legs gave way. I had a sudden vision. A beheaded man lying in the middle of the room.
Olena, sit down. I see this room, but it has no ceiling and I can see the sky. I see a crane. The building is being constructed. A man wearing a builder's helmet squats at the wall, doing something.
What else do you see?
Something falls off the crane. It's something heavy, like a concrete slab. It lands on his neck, cutting his head off.
Yes, it happened when this building was being constructed. There was an accident at the construction site. A man's head was torn off. Yes, it did happen here.
Suddenly, Kayal Alekperov left the room and began working at the front door. What has the psychic felt?
I don't see the spirit in your apartment. He can't cross the threshold. Did you invite a priest when you moved in here?
Mom said she invited a priest, and he blessed the apartment.
Yana is from an Armenian family that lived in Azerbaijan for many generations. 30 years ago, they had to leave the country after war broke out there.
We left the country because there was the war, and people died there.
Yana's parents were given the apartment in which she lives now as refugees. Later, the neighbors told them that the apartment had been empty for a long time as people feared to live in it. This is the reason why Yana's parents arranged for the priest to perform a blessing on their new residence.
The beheaded man's spirit had frightened everyone who moved into the apartment, to which he's bound. But after Yana's parents had it blessed, he couldn't enter it and had to stay on the stairwell. He needs to be released. I'll do the ritual on the stairwell.
Then whose spirit is ravaging the apartment? And why can't the blessing protect the place from it?
The spirit of the man that's harming Yana appeared here not so long ago, and it's bound to her herself, not to the apartment.
I decided to check Yana's life with my cards to see if I could find the answer in her past. The card of death. The lovers. The cards told me of some kind of romantic unfaithfulness related to death. But back then, I didn't understand what it meant. The card of the woman. She's holding something in her hands. You took something with your hands. Wait. Did you find some strange items?
I did. 3 candles made of 3 interwoven thin candles, each in a cross burned on a sheet of paper.
I hear a quarrel between you and a woman. Yana, this is somebody from your family.
Could it be somebody from my family?
The woman is related to you. She has some property claims. It might be connected with this apartment.
It could only be my sister.
The big family of Yana's grandmother, her parents, and 3 children used to live in this apartment. Yana's grandmother and father died. Her brother and mother went to live in the US several years ago. Her sister, Ilona, married and went to live with her husband in his 1-bedroom apartment. And, according to Yana, her sister is not happy. She inherited their parents' apartment.
Could Yana's sister use magic against her?
Yana phoned her sister, Ilona, who lives in the same town. She agreed to speak to the psychics, regardless of the fact that she and Yana barely communicate.
Hello.
Hello. My name's Ilona.
Hello.
You had a kind of conflict because of the property.
Yes, we did quarrel quite a lot.
We were like enemies.
The sisters couldn't come to terms with each other. Ilona and her husband and 2 children have to share a 1-bedroom apartment, and she has the right to a part of their parents' apartment. But it's easy to understand Yana. She doesn't wish to sell the apartment in which she's lived since her childhood. The women argued because of it so much that they couldn't even see each other.
I haven't spoken to her at all for almost a year.
But could Ilona be involved into the events that are happening to her sister?
We found the items made purposefully to cause death at her home.
Do you think I did it? Go and check it.
Did these hands do this? No.
I was a little bit shocked that my sister could even think I could do something like this to her.
This woman doesn't wish you death.
It's a load off my shoulders.
You shouldn't be enemies with each other. You're sisters, and you must support each other.
Of course. She's my sister. My God, how could you think it was me?
It seems like the women have been looking for a chance to forget all their quarrels and finally reconcile.
I will never harm her in my life. Never.
I am sorry if I did something that hurt you.
It would be a lot easier to find out who did that if we could at least see those things.
What did you do to them?
Nothing. I kept them. They're at my home.
Look, how could you do something like this?
Hurry! We need to get to your apartment. The magic is directed at your children's deaths.
Help me. My children are everything I have in my life.
Tell me, please. Have you buried your child?
Yes. I was pregnant with twins. Then I had a miscarriage and lost one baby. Ilya survived.
Those items took away the other baby. Where did you find them?
In my bag in the bedroom
For how long had the bag been there unused?
for about 3 years.
The woman recalls that the last time she used that bag was before her younger son was born.
Yana, my sacred book says it was done by a woman who couldn't have children. She shifted her fate to you.
And then I realized where the package of the candles came from. I already had a case like that in my life. About 10 years ago, my friend came to me and said, "Olena, look, I was riding the subway with this bag. And when I came back home and opened it, I found the kerchief in it. And in the kerchief, 3 candles and the same cross, but made of wax, were wrapped."
Do you mean her bag was open and someone planted that thing on her while she was using the subway?
When a woman can't have a baby, she goes to a black hag. The black hag tells her to find a young and beautiful woman and plant the thing into her bag. It was planted on you.
But it has nothing to do with the man that's been haunting your home.
Anyway, we need to get rid of it. And I've sealed it with the wax from my blessed candle.
But who is that entity that's haunting Yana's apartment? Whose spirit is this, and why is it threatening the woman and her children?
Who are you, and why did you die?
It's a clue. What is this?
This thing is deadly.
It's a ritual thing. It's charmed.
What does this mean? Did the woman carry out some kind of magic ritual?
I hear some strange words. Wait, this is my language. It's a widow's curse.
It's unbelievable. But who cursed whom? And where does the thing come from? And what is it?
It's a spindle, it's my grandma's.
It turned out that Yana's grandmother brought the spindle from Azerbaijan.
She always carried it with herself.
Always. She always took it whenever she moved to another town or country. I never saw her use the thing.
When her granddaughter asked her, the old woman said it was a gift, and it had value for her as a memory. After Yana's grandma died, first her mother and then Yana herself kept the thing as an antique. But the woman would never think it could be loaded with a curse.
Tell me, was your grandmother a widow?
Yes.
Was your mother a widow?
Yes.
Are you a widow?
Yes.
It's hard to believe, but this woman is a widow? How is it possible? She's so young. As it turned out, 4 years ago, Yana lost her husband.
I see a road. Did your husband die on the road?
Yes. He crashed on a highway.
Tell me, what was his name?
His name was Algis.
Yana's husband was Lithuanian. He had a business in Ukraine. They met at a party thrown by their mutual friends. The woman says it was love at first sight. But the happiness didn't last long. 5 years after the wedding, Algis died in a car wreck. He lost control of his car. His death was a terrible shock for Yana.
He was a very fair kind of person. Very kind. He was very fair. He loved me a lot. It was a great love.
The first son isn't his, is he? He took you with your eldest son, saying, it's his boy, didn't he?
Yes, he wanted to adopt him.
The father of Yana's eldest son was the first love of her youth. But their relationship went sour. For a long time, she was alone until she met the man who made her happy.
Olena, please remember the vision you had before the investigation.
The 3 women passing something among them.
The 3 women are Yana and her grandmother and mother, all of whom became widows. The spindle is cursed. Whoever held it in her hands lost her husband. A woman gave this spindle to your grandmother on the day of her wedding. She had imposed a spell on it. She hated your grandmother because she was jealous of a man's affection for her.
It was Grandma's sister. They had a conflict because of a man. I remember clearly that it was because of the man.
The cursed spindle killed 3 men from Yana's family. Her grandfather, her father, and her husband.
Olena, do you remember when we were watching the video before the investigation from this room, you said the man's spirit was searching for something? My jinns are showing me a wedding ring. This is your husband's spirit that's haunting you.
He loved me so much. Why is he angry? Is it because of the ring?
Let's summon him. Okay, close your eyes. With my words, with my requests, with my candles, with my prayers. Hold on, dear, I'm reciting. The candle, give me the candle.
It went out. The candle died out.
Kayal, give me the candle. Light it. Go away. Leave this place and never come back.
I'm praying to God. Please leave.
Your husband's spirit is here. He's not going to go away. He says, you cheated on me.
Me? Cheated?
He's infuriated. Look at the chandelier. He says, you were unfaithful. Ilya is not my son, and you're lying to everyone. You tell them he's my son.
Does this mean the woman who 5 minutes ago told everyone of the heavenly love had been cheating on her husband?
Were you pregnant from somebody else when you were married to him?
I know I did a wrong thing, and I don't reject it.
This is your wedding photo. It's not an accident that it fell off the wall. His spirit tumbled it. He's giving you the sign that he doesn't wish to be your husband.
A romantic affair related to death. She was unfaithful to her husband, and he only learned of it after his death.
Yana's husband was often out of town. His business demanded frequent trips. Yana often stayed alone, and she missed him a lot. She says she only had one date with the other man, and it happened at the moment of weakness. Only after she made the mistake did Yana realize how much she loved her husband. She soon knew she was pregnant, She was going to tell Algis, but was late. He died.
Yana, did you record your husband as the boy's father?
Yes, I was married after all.
He hates you because of this unfaithfulness and wishes to take the wedding ring he gave you, but he can't find it anywhere.
I did have the wedding ring from him, but I don't have it anymore. I had to sell it.
You were so used to your husband's infinite love that you didn't even think how hurt he would be.
This is my sin, I know. I'm not going to deny it. Of course it was a betrayal. What do I do?
You must ask him for forgiveness. We are going to recite prayers, and you will tell him what you have on your heart.
Algis, please forgive me for my mistakes and my unfaithfulness. Please go and leave me and the children alone. I'm begging you. Please let me go. Please. Please. Forgive me.
He heard your sincere tears.
To make sure he doesn't return, you must buy a new ring and take it to your husband's grave.
I promise you, I'll do it.
And you must also return the cursed spindle to your grandmother so it won't harm anybody else. Take it to her grave.
I will do it. Thank you so much.
I'm going to pray for you and your children.
This woman lived in lies for so long, and because of it, she almost lost her and her children's lives. However, it appears that she has learned a crucial lesson. You can never hide the truth. The criminal tried to escape punishment for a gruesome murder. However, another punishment caught up with him. The revenge of a ghost. The clairvoyants challenge a poltergeist that's attacking an ordinary Ukrainian family. The mother of the family, Lyubov Havrilyuk, asked them to help after her family found human bones under their house's windows.
Over here, when they were laying gas pipes, the worker who was working here found the bones.
After a strange find, events that send chills started happening in the house.
It was about 3 in the morning. I woke up with a feeling as if somebody had ordered me to do it. I opened my eyes and rose, and then I saw a human silhouette standing in the room.
The unknown mysterious force started doing everything to make Lyubov's family leave the house.
For example, there are dishes in the kitchen, and then you hear clattering like something has exploded, and you see the dishes shatter into tiny pieces.
A glass burst itself in the cupboard. They've got some kind of bad energy there in the house.
Since then, the mother stopped leaving her children home, alone.
I'm afraid that something can happen to them. They're little. I can't even go outside without them. They never stay home alone.
To provide for his family, the father works abroad, and the woman lives in constant fear.
Lyubov was so scared that me and a few of our friends took turns spending the night at her home. We were sitting drinking coffee when we heard some distant noise. It was the noise of the door being opened and closed. Then we saw a shadow in the corridor. It resembled a human silhouette.
A human silhouette without legs, only the body and the head. My friend told me, no offense, but I'll go, and she left me alone.
But the last straw for the mother was a nightmare, after which she became sure that the bones found by the family will bring death to her family.
In that dream, I saw 4 caskets, and a woman was lying on a bed next to the caskets. There are 5 people in my family.
They even had several cameras installed in the house to register the mystical phenomena. And what they saw in the recordings is absolutely surreal. First, the cameras begin losing the signal, and then the things begin falling from the shelves. To stop the aggressive poltergeist, the most powerful psychics of Ukraine, Zhana Shulikova and Olena Kurilova, came to visit the family.
I had had a dream of a white room. I heard children's laughter in it. It was so vibrant. When I entered, I saw a ginger girl, very cute and about 6 years old, riding a bicycle and pointing her finger upward to the skies. And there was a slip knot.
What slip knot?
For someone to hang themselves. But it was empty.
Soon afterward, The clairvoyants arrive at the site. Lyubov meets them at her house. The father is at work, while the children are at school.
I've been looking forward to seeing you. Please help me. Human bones have been unearthed in my yard.
Over here, please, here. Was the hole here where I'm standing?
Yes, it was right over here.
It's so terrible. Like, we saw the spirit whose bones had been disturbed. It was a man. He was telling us something, but I didn't understand him.
Are those the man's bones? But who was he? How come his bones ended up in this yard?
If you disturb someone's bones, the person will seek revenge. And a disturbed spirit wants to do only one thing to revenge: to take you to the netherworld. The bones lying here underground took a man with them. He died with his skull smashed. His head was broken.
One man who we hired, a worker, fell and died. After he found the bones, he took them and laughed, asking what he was supposed to do with them, and he died after he hit his head. His skull broke, and he died.
Had you taken the bones to the graveyard and buried there, you could have avoided the death.
Olena, what's wrong? Olena.
What are these? Why didn't you tell us? Here 1, and 2, and 3.
3 graves, 3 graves.
Dear Lord, is it a cemetery here?
The old people told us that there were bones down there.
Lyubov says that the local elderly told her where the 3 old graves had been, and Lyubov arranged a flower bed there on purpose. But she never knew about the 4th grave.
A military uniform.
Yes, I was told they were German graves. Could this be the reason? Should we remove them? Or would it better, what am I supposed to do?
I wouldn't even touch these 3. They're calm. These spirits aren't aggressive and they didn't attack, except one whose bones were found. But neither Lyubov nor her family disturbed the grave and they didn't touch the bones. He killed a stranger because he disturbed him. Despite everything, the grave that had been unearthed in the yard was radiating calm energy. Hold on. Was a priest ever here?
He was.
This is why they're lying peacefully.
He gave them peace.
Then who's knocking in my house?
I sneak at a glance of a human silhouette behind the house. The only thing I saw was that their hands were covered in blood. Wait. Jana.
Olena. Olena, what is that?
Ah! The iron ladder. It was standing like this, but fell like that. It's awful. I was shocked. There's an iron ladder there, and it was standing firm on the ground. Even the wind, however strong, never knocked it down.
Next to the ladder, I saw a spirit of a man with bloody hands. And then I noticed he had a slipknot on his neck.
Who could he be? Some relative of mine?
I don't know. You see, he wasn't actually standing. His head was bent like this, and then his feet were above the ground. He was hanging.
As soon as Olena began describing the man's spirit, I heard some weird noise coming from inside the house. Come over here. I saw some dead woman's spirit, and she was repeating the same word over and over again. I think it was a name, Alina. Wait. She is standing. The woman is standing, definitely standing. Alina, who is this Alina?
I have no idea.
What's going on in this house? How many spirits are there active in it, and why?
I don't know who she is. Wait, take who and from where?
We couldn't understand what the deceased woman's spirit was trying to tell us. Who is she anyway? And who is that Alina? And what are we supposed to take?
I decided to take my pendulum and work with it. The gate to the yard. I asked the pendulum where the woman's spirit came from, and it led me to a mob. Where are we going? Give me your hand.
What is your name?
Elena.
Do you hear knocking in your house? Footsteps and squeaks of rapping.
Yes, I've experienced it. I heard the steps and rapping. I thought somebody was knocking on the window pane because the dogs began barking. I went outside but saw nobody, but it felt like someone had put a hand on my knee.
Does this mean the unknown force has been creating chaos not only in Lubov's house?
This is my mother.
Both the mother and the daughter experience absolutely identical events in their houses. I had a feeling that some unearthly force was bound to this family. But the question is, why?
I suggested going to Olena's house and try working there.
There was such powerful necrotic energy around the house that I even feared to step into the yard. Let's go and check in the house.
I'm trembling.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Screaming, blood, and somebody's hands washing something. I saw a clear picture of the house's walls splashed with blood and some man wiping them out hastily, as if he were trying to cover up traces of a murder. Olena. Olena. Where's Olena? Olena, what are you doing here?
There's a little girl here, 7 or 8 years old, and in any case, not more than 10. She's a spirit. It was the same ginger girl from the vision I had the other day.
Was there a child that was murdered in your yard?
No.
She, the little girl, says, I'm playing with her. Is there any little girl living in your house?
Yes. Olenka, come here, please. There she's coming.
Hello, darling. Are you Olenka?
Yes.
Olenka is Lyubov's niece.
Wait, stay here. Please, have you seen a little girl?
Yes. She was standing in front of the small room.
Was her hair red?
Yes, she was red-headed.
The spirit of the girl I saw in the yard, she wasn't just dead. She was murdered, and she was haunting the house to see her murderer. I couldn't say it in front of the child, so I asked Olenka to go inside. Would you kindly draw her for me? In general features, can you?
Yes.
The dead girl is in your yard, riding a bicycle. What's she doing here?
She's somehow bound to the house. She tells me, one moment. She's bound, thought the man. She says he killed her. Victims' souls only haunt their murderers as if they manage to get away with the murder. It was exactly the case.
My sister's husband, before he married her, he was driving the car in the neighboring village, and he ran over her while she was riding her bicycle. She died as a result.
The accident took place 20 years ago. The girl died at the scene, while the court ruled Petro, Olena's sister's husband, innocent as the child appeared on the road unexpectedly.
Why didn't you tell this earlier? Bring him here.
No need to call him. He's hanging upstairs.
Yes.
Did he hang himself there? In the attic? Upstairs?
Yes.
Now we know who the hung man is.
The man committed suicide in December 2015. He didn't leave any notes or explanations.
Petros, tell me, did I see you on the ladder? Was that you who knocked it down?
Damn it, please.
What's going on? It's something terrifying.
I got scared. Mom, I got so scared.
My heart won't take it any longer. He's extremely aggressive, like it was Petro's spirit. As someone who committed suicide, he's bound to the place of his death. He was mad and restless and craved blood.
Who does he keep coming for?
For the girl.
What girl?
Olenka?
The one who went to draw the picture.
Oh, and dear God.
Jana, he's like a madman. He's lost his mind. And the girl sees Petro.
Yes. She sees him all the time. The back shadow with blue eyes. And her father had blue eyes.
The girl didn't simply see her father. It turned out she's been on the verge of life and death. Her brother saved Olenka at the last moment.
I put my sister Olenka to bed and went out for about 20 minutes. But then I had some kind of vague, discomforting feeling, so I ran home and felt heat. She was sleeping.
When the boy entered the room, he was stunned to see that embers from the stove somehow fell on the linoleum. It had to cover over a meter, as if someone threw it out of the stove. The floor caught fire. Alexander was just in time to take his sister out of the house and call firefighters before it was too late.
We had to check how the child was doing because the girl was alone in the house. So, have you drawn the girl? Could you please show me her? Does she ever talk to you, or is she always silent?
She stands watching.
Most of all, I wanted to know why she keeps haunting that place. Even after her murderer, Olena's dad, left this world. That moment that the woman from the vision I had in Lyubov's house emerged behind the girl. She was hugging the girl, patting her head, and kept saying, "My darling." I got it all wrong, and not Olena. No, I can't bear it. She was taken away.
Who was taken away?
The mother was taken away from her child. And it was done with cruelty. The child became an orphan.
Does this mean that the girl's mother is also dead?
In Lyubov's house, I saw the woman who told me to look for Alina. It turned out that she wasn't asking me to find Alina, but her daughter, Olenka, her darling.
Olenka once told me that somebody was patting her on her head while she was sleeping. When she opened her eyes, she saw her mom, who told her, "Sleep, my darling, sleep."
Olenka's mother came to ask me for help. She was asking to save her darling. But the woman wasn't simply dead. She'd been murdered, and the murder was especially cruel. Who took the mother's life?
He did. Not only wasn't he punished for one, but he also got away when he did it for the second time.
Did Olenka's father kill her mother? But how did it happen? And then why did the man do it?
Tell me her name, please.
Larissa.
Once I tuned into the name, I again saw the image I'd seen earlier that day. Look, he approaches her from behind. Here's the table. She's standing at it. It looks like it's a kitchen. She's standing there or doesn't suspect anything. Then he grabs her like this and starts stabbing with a knife in her face.
The terrifying tragedy happened 2 years ago. Larissa was found dead in the kitchen. The woman bled to death after she'd been stabbed with a knife repeatedly.
11 wounds in her neck and the right side of her head. The forehead and the top of her head were heavily bruised. All I can say is that it was terrible. Really terrible.
Blood all over the walls, so he was trying to wash it off. He was washing the blood off. Petro not only killed his wife, but he covered up all the traces. After that, he hid in the attic and watched the family find Larissa's dead body.
He wasn't going to hang himself, but no, he wasn't.
Then what was he going to do?
It feels like he hears you scream. He hears you scream over her. When you began screaming, he realized he'd have no way out of here.
We were told my sister had gone by 10 o'clock. She stopped answering her phone at 8. And at 10, he was talking to our neighbor, cracking jokes with him. And afterward, he said he had some work left to be done. Back then, he was seen alive.
The little girl that he'd killed was next to him.
The little girl he'd killed was next to him. The child's spirit had been haunting him in his dreams and when he was awake. As a result, the man paid a high price with his own sanity.
He started losing his mind.
When he murdered Larissa, he wasn't a human anymore. It's like a demon took hold of him.
It was Larissa who was haunting Lyubov's house. She was trying to tell her sister to ask for help and save Olenka from her father's angry spirit.
The spirit of the dead red-headed girls keeps haunting the house because she's trying to save Olenka from her father, who keeps hunting her.
Petro's spirit was very aggressive. We had to trick him out of the house and close it, and so he'll never enter it.
Do you have any of his possessions left at home?
I do.
The personal possession to bind him to, the ropes to bind him with, the bait to lure him, and fire. Elena, lock it. Have you locked it?
Yes.
The souls of people who took their own life are bound to the places where they died. The house's door is locked for Petro forever, so he won't be able to hurt anybody, and neither in this house nor outside of it.
Thank you so much. I'm genuinely grateful to you.
Thank you for helping us.
Several months after the investigation, Lyubov called to say that the ritual had worked and her family was finally living peacefully.
It's so calm and quiet, and I'm not afraid anymore and can go outside. The fear is gone.
Does Olenka still see spirits? Is she scared?
No. Olenka is not scared at all. She can stay at home alone without any fear at all. Thank you so much.
Every deed has consequences, they say. The fact that the man guilty of a terrible accident got away with the child's death resulted in a tragedy not only for him, but also for his whole family. An unearthed grave and a vengeful ghost. Don't miss out. The psychics will reveal a chilling family secret, but can they stop the otherworldly killer? In this episode, Lyudmila Litovchenko from Ukraine seeks help from the psychics. She claims that her entire family is destined to die soon.
I simply don't want to bury my children.
Lyudmila is 46. She works as an accountant and has a son and a daughter. Everything in her life would have been wonderful if not for one horrifying event. Her brother Ruslan dug up their mother's grave several years ago.
He unearthed it, and you could see the coffin.
It happened the following day after their mother's funeral. She had died of a stroke. Ruslan couldn't even remember why or how he did this.
He said he didn't remember.
The medics concluded that Ruslan suffered from a nervous disorder due to extreme grief and stress, causing him to lose control. He couldn't bear the loss of the dearest person he adored, especially given that, in their mother's eyes, he was always the favorite among her 5 children.
He was always Mom's dearest boy.
Lyudmila knew that disturbing a grave sealed by a priest could invite punishment from the restless soul of a deceased person. So, she worried that her brother's act would bring calamity upon their family. And within a week, Lyudmila's fears became reality. A fire broke out in Ruslan's house, where he lived alone after a divorce. Ruslan almost burned alive and was taken to the hospital with severe burns.
They couldn't save his leg and had to amputate it. It was terrifying.
The firefighters determined that the cause of the fire was an electric heater. However, according to the family, the device was new and all the wiring in the house was in good condition. But this tragic incident was only the beginning. Soon, Ruslan's only daughter hanged herself at home. She was only 22.
I didn't believe it until I saw her.
The reason behind this horrifying act by a successful student and a future bride remains a mystery for the family.
She inspired me with her zest for life. She never gave up.
2 funerals and a horrible fire in the family within such a short period. And soon, right before Lyudmila's eyes, her own daughter almost burned alive.
It was terrifying.
Lyudmila and her 19-year-old daughter, Lisa, were cleaning up their yard. As everyone else, they were burning dry leaves in the autumn. Suddenly, without warning, Lisa fainted and fell into the flames. Panicked, her mother pulled her out of the fire. The young beauty suffered serious burns.
Here's the scar. And I've got a big one on my arm.
An ambulance arrived. They rushed her to the intensive care unit. It was agonizing to watch her suffer.
Lyudmila and her daughter are convinced that all these events in their family are connected to the disturbed grave of Lyudmila's mother.
I fear for my family.
Our project's psychics, Zhana Shulakova and Rubina Tsibulska, stepped in to help Lyudmila's family.
I worked with the photo of Lyudmila's family, and the cards told me to look for the one who's forbidden to approach the grave. The answer lies with the twins. And
a love triangle. Here's what my mirror showed me. An empty room with a coffin in the middle of it, containing a dead young woman in a wedding dress. A teenage girl leans over her, lowering a wedding veil onto her face. Then I heard the whisper of the dead girl. She said to the teenager, "You're next."
Could it be the future of Lyudmila's daughter, Lisa?
No. The girl in the coffin wasn't her. Nor was it Lisa who lowered the veil.
The next morning, the psychics are ready to set out to meet Lyudmila.
I need to buy a phone. Last night, I kept thinking about the girl in the coffin, and suddenly, I saw her spirit. She told me I should give a new phone to someone.
But how will you find out who?
I don't know it yet, but I feel it's very important.
Hello?
Hello.
We've been looking forward to meeting you. I fear for my children.
I sense cold behind Lisa. Do you feel someone near you?
Yes.
It turns out that recently, Lisa has been seeing the silhouette of a man. His terrifying gaze seems to paralyze her and take away her speech.
I saw him. He looked at me malevolently.
And you, Lyudmila, do you also sense him?
I do. What do we do?
I suggest summoning your mother's spirit and asking her.
Lyudmila, what was your mother's name?
Allah.
I see her. And I smell a fragrance. You know, something sweet.
She had a favorite perfume called Shahrazad. I can still remember it vividly.
I also felt Grandma standing between me and Mom.
She says, "I love you very much."
She will never harm your family.
She's embracing you.
Such warmth. I love you very, very much. Help us.
Her grave had been indeed disturbed. I advised Lyudmila to seek a priest's help to seal it once again.
At that moment, the spirit of Lyudmila's mother began to fade, and she showed something black, like a cross.
A black cross.
Oh God.
What's going on?
I put this ladder here myself. It was standing sound. Why did it fall?
A dead man stood before us, the same spirit that Lisa had seen.
To understand who this enraged spirit was, we needed to work in the house. He seems to be setting a trap for your children.
He'll kill anyone who wants to become a member of this family. Who shut the door?
There was no draft or wind.
There's a young woman standing there. She's dead. I saw her in my vision. An empty room with a coffin in the middle of it, containing a dead young woman in a wedding dress. She's trying to tell me something. Pass on a gift from me. She's waiting.
Who?
The spirit is gone. She probably meant the phone. I saw her in some kind of box. She lay in it like a broken doll.
The answer lies within the family. We must find the woman who practices magic.
My middle sister is said to be a witch.
Lyudmila is talking about one of her two elder sisters, Alla. The locals claim she's a witch because she supposedly reads cards and performs various rituals.
I see Alla curse you. You took her child. What does it mean?
I took her daughter from her after she'd beaten her. Bodana lived with me for a month.
It turns out that Alla has a 13-year-old daughter named Bodana. The girl doesn't know her father, and her mother, according to Lyudmila, neglects her and mercilessly beats her.
Mom said, "Don't you even call me Mom?" She beat me with a branch and an iron scoop. I cried.
How can you hate your own child like that?
Recently, Alla even sent her daughter to an orphanage, claiming it was hard for her to deal with the girl alone. On weekends, children with families are taken home, but Bodana always goes to her aunt's, as her biological mother doesn't want her. Nevertheless, it doesn't stop Alla from coming to her sister's house, creating scenes and ordering her daughter to come home immediately.
I clean the house, wash dishes, and cook, while Mom is busy with her own things, like watching TV.
Why haven't they terminated her parental rights?
She keeps claiming she'll refuse guardianship over her, but she won't do it because she receives financial support as a single mother.
This is disgusting. Does that woman practice magic on top of that?
I see this woman in the doorway whispering something.
She stuck needles in my doorway.
Needles? Alla could have tied the spirit to the needles, the one hunting Lyudmila's family.
Where does she live?
Not far from here.
Good evening.
What do you want?
We want to understand what's threatening Lyudmila's family.
What does that have to do with me?
Why did you curse your sister?
I didn't. If I got angry, I could only punch her at most.
Lyudmila says you cursed her when she took your daughter, the same daughter you constantly mistreat.
That's her problem if she says so.
We'll sort this out now. Give me your hand.
For God's sake.
These hands choked an infant, a tiny one trying to kill it.
I sense the energy of the infant Alla tried to choke nearby. Was it her?
You simply hated her because of her father, who abandoned you.
This woman's name is Yulia, and she's 33 years old. As it turned out, she's Alla's elder daughter.
She refused from me, and her parents took me to save me.
Yulia was adopted by Alla's parents when she was a baby. Her grandparents raised her along with their younger children.
The dead girl in the wedding dress is here again. She was murdered, and she's pointing at you. She's your daughter.
Darina.
She was my sister.
It turned out that it was Alla's another middle daughter who had been killed 2 months ago. Darina was only 19.
She was in a large box, lying in it like a broken doll.
Her body was found locked in a suitcase.
Dear God.
It's hard to believe, but the body of the dead girl was indeed found in a suitcase thrown into a garbage container.
We were all shocked.
The locals made this gruesome discovery near one of the high-rise buildings in the nearby town. The girl lived and studied at an industrial college there and worked as a cashier at a coffee shop.
I still can't believe it.
Bodana mourned her sister more than everybody else.
She was going to come to visit me after the new year. She said we'd live together. But it didn't work out.
The forensic experts determined that poor Darina had her neck broken. She was strangled, but her cruel killer hasn't been found yet.
Darina's spirit showed me a young, dark-haired man. She said he killed her out of jealousy. The whole truth will be found in her phone. I sense that Darina communicated with her killer on social media. He's a foreigner.
The family says that Darina indeed dated a foreigner. After the investigation, we learned that the police supposedly found a taxi driver who had picked up a Middle Eastern man. He had a suitcase with him and got out not far from the building where they had found the body.
Darina was killed by a living murderer. But like other family members, she is a victim of an enraged spirit. Her spirit came because she fears for her family, especially her younger sister. She wants to protect her. She says she desperately wanted to call her younger sister, but she couldn't. Now I understand why. She didn't have a phone.
She didn't have one.
This is horrible. A child who lives in an orphanage can't even call her loved ones.
I asked Mom for a phone, even a basic one, just to stay in touch with Darina. But Mom said I didn't need it, and I didn't deserve it.
So this is who Darina asked me to buy a phone for.
Where's Bodana?
It turned out that Bodana's aunts took her to stay with them over the weekend, and so she also came to see the clairvoyants.
I see you standing over your sister's body, alone, holding a white dress.
Is this what Allah made the child do? Dress her dead sister in a wedding gown?
My goodness. Did you dress your sister in a wedding dress?
It was beyond my comprehension. I can't imagine what that girl went through. Now I understand who the mirror showed me before the investigation. My dear girl, your sister asked me to give you a gift from her. She loves you very much.
Darina knew it was my big dream.
I heard Darina's voice. She said, "My mother is only interested in herself. She has no connection to the spirit of the killer, and I'm very grateful to you for the gift to my little sister."
Thank you. Thank you too.
And the next moment, I saw the murderous spirit again, and then something terrible happened.
Wash her face with snow.
Drink, drink, drink the water.
Smelling salt, smelling salt.
Fortunately, Bodana regains consciousness.
The spirit of the enraged man attacked Bodana right before everyone's eyes.
And then the spirit of the murdered Darina showed me some signs.
"12 crosses?
We have a kind of separate little cemetery within the local cemetery. There are 12 graves of our relatives there.
The answer was there.
We need to go to the cemetery. It's horrific. I've never seen anything like this before.
The younger generation of this family is simply dying out. And we couldn't even imagine who the murderous spirit would turn out to be. Whose cross is that?
The black one, my father's.
It's the same cross that the spirit of your mother showed me. She showed something black, like a cross.
It's him, the murderous spirit. Lyudmila, your father is killing his children.
I couldn't even imagine anything like that.
I tuned into the spirit of this man and saw Lyudmila's mother during a ritual. She fears her husband so much that she puts protection on the children and herself. She asked a woman who practices magic for help.
But why did Lyudmila's mother put up the protection? And what does her husband have to do with it?
Rubina, I think I know the reason. It's a love triangle.
I see. And twins.
My brother and I, we're twins.
You and Ruslan, the one who dug up your mother's grave?
Yes.
You and your brother aren't related to your father by blood.
He wasn't their biological father.
The family kept this secret for years. Lyudmila and Ruslan were the youngest of the 5 children in the family. Their mother cheated on her husband and birthed the twins from another man.
Mom fell in love with another man.
It wasn't a fleeting affair between Lyudmila's mother and her biological father. It was an incredible, unconditional love. It had started long before the woman married her husband.
He was her first love. They were going to marry, but Grandpa didn't let her do it.
Lyudmila's mother and her classmate, Alexander, fell in love when they were both 16. They never separated. The girl dreamed that Alexander would be the father of her future children.
Her parents forced her to marry another man whom she didn't love, but whom they considered a better match for their daughter.
Yes.
She lived her whole life with a man she despised.
Her heart belonged to Alexander.
She loved him all her life, and they even dated secretly.
The woman got tired of living a lie, and she confessed everything to her husband. His rage knew no bounds. He wanted to abandon his wife and children, believing none of them were truly his.
Then he cooled down, thought it over, and talked to his wife, and they decided not to destroy their family, and they lived for the sake of their children.
When we were around 13, Mom told us that we weren't blood related to our father.
But her husband couldn't accept her unfaithfulness. He couldn't come to terms with it, and constantly vented his anger at his wife.
Yes, he would beat Mom, but she endured it. She always told me, don't live with someone you don't love.
Lyudmila, I sense that your mother was so afraid of her husband that she didn't even want him to visit her grave.
She said, don't let him even come close to me.
Look for the one who's forbidden to approach the grave. I have a feeling of someone walking behind me.
My legs are numb. Please do something.
We must perform the ritual immediately.
We needed to summon the father's spirit, and Lyudmila was to ask him to leave the family alone.
Show yourself to us. And right before my eyes, the photograph on the father's tombstone began to develop spots. He's here, and he's ready to listen.
Don't harm my children. It's not their fault.
Go away. I'm closing the path into this world for you. The spots are vanishing. He's gone, and he won't trouble your family anymore.
Thank you so much.
A girl from an orphanage was found strangled in her room. Who is responsible for her death? Don't miss the shocking revelation. The girl's ghost will tell the secret of her death. A girl was found strangled in her room at an orphanage in one of the Ukrainian towns. The girl's name was Yulia Repish.
Upon arrival at the scene, we discovered the body of a minor girl.
Yulia's body was lying between 2 beds near the entrance to the room that she shared with another girl. Her roommate was with the other children in the hall on the evening of the tragedy. She doesn't know if anyone entered Yulia's room. It was extremely difficult for the forensic experts to reconstruct the events.
When the investigators arrived at the scene, they were puzzled. The room where Yulia was found was full of children and caregivers, all trying to resuscitate her. All traces of the crime were destroyed.
The forensics found that the girl had been strangled with her own chiffon scarf. The detectives claim Yulia committed suicide. However, everyone who knew the deceased girl is convinced Yulia would never have killed herself.
There were no signs whatsoever she could do it.
She was cheerful and sociable and had a lot of friends.
She was very creative and wrote poems.
Yulia was an excellent student. She had grand plans for the future and dreamed of a career and a happy family, which she herself did not have. But those dreams were not destined to come true.
No one believes it was suicide.
The circumstances of the death are indeed strange. The scarf wasn't tied to anything. There wasn't even a knot on the scarf.
Our detective met with Yulia's second cousin, Tetiana Tsarenko, who wasn't only a relative, but also the best friend to Yulia.
How come Yulia ended up in the orphanage?
Her father was in prison for a long time, then her mother was also thrown in jail. She took the blame for her husband, Yulia's father.
He started drinking, then he went to prison twice for theft, and after he was released last time, he stole manhole covers. He suggested I take the blame since I didn't have a criminal record.
Under pressure from her husband, the woman assumed the guilt.
He beat me badly. Yulia was still little. He even forced us out of the house, and my daughter and I had to sleep on the street many times.
While the woman was serving a sentence for her husband, he disappeared, and their daughter ended up in the orphanage. The poor girl endured real horror in her short life.
Did Yulia communicate with her mother?
When she was taken to the orphanage, she bore a grudge against her mother for a long time. At first, they didn't communicate, but in the last 6 months of Yulia's life, they finally started talking.
After her daughter's death, the woman says she has changed. She regrets not taking care of her daughter and blames herself. After all, Yulia could have stayed alive if she had lived at home instead of the orphanage.
How did you find out that Yulia had died?
As the experts said, it happened at 5 minutes to 9 in the evening. We were informed about it at around 7 the following morning.
Yulia's relatives say they suspected she was murdered when they saw her body during the funeral.
She was brought with a veil over her face and gloves on her hands. But when I lifted the veil, I saw that her nose was obviously broken. The bone was displaced to the left, and there was a bruise under her eye and many hematomas.
But if Yulia committed suicide, where did these injuries come from? The police gave no explanations to the relatives. They say there was no fight in the orphanage and claim they interrogated all the children and caregivers.
Scrapings were taken from under the nails, the children were checked, alibis were verified. She was alone in the room.
But Yulia's relatives are convinced the orphanage residents are covering for one another, and those not involved in the murder were intimidated.
I would like to know who among the kids, or caregivers, could have done this.
The investigators closed the case and advised the victims' relatives not to interfere.
The detective forbade Yus from approaching the children at all.
I want to know the true cause of her death.
Psychics, I only have hope in you.
Clairvoyant Zhana Shulikova agreed to help. She says she had a strange vision last night.
I saw the girl, and she was saying very strange phrases. The one who fears the coming of night is to blame for my death. The one who came for the money is guilty.
What is that supposed to mean?
I need to phone Kayal.
The colleague's call caught Kayal Alekperov while traveling.
Salam, Zhana.
I'd like to ask you for help.
Sure, I will help you.
Kayal Alekperov receives Yulia's photo and immediately tunes in.
I had a vision. An adult burly man abused a girl. She looked underage. The man molested and eventually raped her. But who is this monster? And who is the girl? The one in the photo looks similar but older.
It's horrendous. Who is the psychic talking about? And how does this relate to Yulia's strange death? The clairvoyants meet to share what they sensed.
Zhana, on my way here, Yulia's spirit appeared to me. The girl said a strange phrase that she learned the truth about the money. That's why she died.
This park was Yulia's favorite place for walks. She and her cousin often met here. It was in this park that Tetiana last saw Yulia alive, so she arranged the meeting here.
Hello.
To find out what happened to Yulia and who is responsible for her death, her friends and acquaintances also came.
Please give me your hand. I see something strange. It's a notebook or a journal, about this size. In it, Yulia writes about what is on her mind.
She did have a notebook.
Where is it now?
We weren't given her belongings. All of them stayed at the orphanage.
Hold on. I see the spirit of a girl. She's standing right here. She's short and plump and has wavy hair.
My dear girl.
Yulia says you were her most precious person. She points to your hair, saying she loved doing your hair.
Yulia dreamed to be a hairstylist.
Now I see a notebook with hairstyle sketches.
She had a large notebook where she sketched hairstyles.
Where is the notebook now? I suspect it's with her diary, isn't it?
At the orphanage, yes.
The things are destroyed. Someone tosses them into fire.
All of Yulia's belongings were burned.
Tetiana says she went to the orphanage every day, asking for at least some of her cousin's belongings, but all in vain.
A woman burned them.
A girl from the orphanage said that the director ordered all her things, all the photos and notebooks, to be collected and burned.
But why did the girl's belongings bother the orphanage director so much? Could it be that the administration was trying to hide something and cover up the crime?
We need to go to the orphanage.
I found out that after Yulia's death, another woman was appointed as the director of the orphanage, and the previous director was demoted to deputy director.
As soon as the psychics approached the orphanage, the new director came out to meet them.
Hello? We would like to see the room where the girl lived.
We don't want you here.
We were denied the opportunity to work in the orphanage even when the place was empty, and all the children were at school. It seems they are really trying to conceal something.
Our detective found a man who was Yulia's educator. He doesn't work at the orphanage anymore, so he agreed to speak in front of the camera.
Did you happen to know of her problems?
There was a conflict with the current director at that time. Yulia and other kids filed a collective complaint.
It turned out a month before Yulia's death, the children wrote a complaint against the then director to have her removed from her position.
She was overly strict and negatively perceived any initiative from the children. And then the signatures. Yulia Repish's signature was the first.
And a month later, she was gone. How can this be explained? And why won't the orphanage administration allow the psychics inside?
I've only been working here for 3 months. The deputy director was diagnosed with a severe disease due to stress, and she's undergoing treatment in Israel. There's no one to ask.
Coincidence or not, but the former director went to Israel just when the psychics arrived.
Yulia's spirit showed me a female silhouette and said she was to blame for everything. She only needed money. But I couldn't see the woman's face clearly.
Could the psychic be talking about the former director? But what does money have to do with it?
She says that they took money from her, or they wanted to take money.
It turned out that there are large sums of money in the bank accounts of the orphanage children.
The administration cooperates with the US, Germany, and Poland.
Many children have sponsors assigned to them. Thanks to such sponsors, the children who graduated when I worked there have where to live now.
Yulia also had a bank card like that.
Her German sponsors transferred money for her.
According to Yulia's relatives, a family from Germany transferred a significant amount of money to Yulia's account shortly before her death.
something around 3,000 to 5,000 euros.
But what happened to the money after Julia's death?
5,000 euros is a significant amount. Someone could have killed for such an inheritance.
Where is the document confirming that the card was closed? There are no documents.
I really don't know. I can only be responsible for the cards that are currently with our children.
Project's detective Katerina Malachenko found out where an orphan's money goes if they die.
The guardian's duty was to inform the bank that the child had died. Accordingly, the funds would be blocked in the account until the issue of inheritance is resolved.
Julia's relatives were supposed to inherit the money, but they were told that there was no card at the orphanage.
We asked the former director. She said there was no card.
It's possible that Julia's money was taken by the orphanage administration after her death. Could it be that the girl was really strangled for profit?
I can hear Julia's voice again. She's mad. She says, "The most important thing is family." She wanted to give the money away anyway.
To whom?
It's someone very dear to her, but not a relative. It's a little girl. Her name starts with an O.
Alexandra. She was 8 when it happened.
Alexandra was very attached to Yulia. She even called Yulia Mom several times.
Yulia was deprived of a happy childhood, so she wanted to make all the little children she knew happy. And her spirit kept saying, "Money is nothing. Family is everything." Maybe the girl didn't die because of the money at all.
Why then?
Suddenly, I saw a terrible vision of the burly man brutally beating the girl. He assaulted and raped the poor thing, but who is he? Now I'm getting information that Yulia has a friend who knows an important secret. Here she is. Please come here. Yulia's spirit says she lost a child. Did she tell you about it?
Yes. She told me that she had an abortion when she was 4 months pregnant.
This is a shocking discovery. But who was the girl pregnant by?
She said her mother had more than one man. And those men raped her. When she was 12, she had an abortion when she was 4 months into pregnancy.
This is something unimaginable. So much suffering for a child. Her own father beat her. According to her friends, Yulia endured rape and an abortion, and her mother's face didn't even flinch, as if the woman had no idea about any of this.
But she never even went to the hospital.
This is what she told me.
She cuts herself.
I saw the scars on her arm. I noticed her arm was bandaged. She said she wanted to cut her veins but couldn't bring herself to do it and only scratched herself.
The girl kept silent and dreamed, but her dreams didn't come true. Nobody needed her.
Despite living in the orphanage, Yulia attended a regular school. Most of the students in her class were children of wealthy parents. They didn't want to be friends with her and ignored her. Some even made fun of her.
They pointed fingers at Yulia, saying things like, "There's your drunk mother's going."
The girl's spirit kept repeating, "The one who is afraid to sleep, the one who came to me for the money, is guilty."
I feel that your daughter's spirit is talking about you now. Do you feel her presence in the house? Does she come to you at night?
After Yulia died, I can only sleep with the light on. I'm scared. She stands by the door in the wedding dress we buried her in.
Did her mother visit her at the orphanage?
Yes, a few times. But honestly, she came to ask Yulia for money. She said, "Darling, please give me some money because I can't even buy bread."
The girl accumulated resentment and despair over the years. But she never lost hope. She hoped her mother would take her back. She refused the chance to live with a wealthy family abroad and ran after her mother like a little stray kitten.
She would come and say she wanted to go home. She kissed me and climbed on my neck. And I said, "Yulia, it's hard for me. You're not a little girl anymore."
The girl had a significant amount of foreign currency in her account. It seems that's why her mother didn't take her from the orphanage, even though she begged her to. The woman waited for Yulia to come of age so she could withdraw all the money. This wasn't a violent death, it was suicide due to Yulia's immense emotional suffering. You needed your daughter's money, not her. The mother only reconnected with Yulia in the last year, just when the girl got the money. Yulia didn't want to live because she realized that her closest person had betrayed her again.
I'm a mother of 5, and I can't understand how you, a person who has no health issues and is able to work, had the audacity to abandon your own child.
First of all, I didn't abandon her.
What do you call it then?
I conducted an experiment. The scarf Yulia was strangled with might have been wrapped around the door handle in the room. Then, one of the orphanage girls decided to enter the room. Naturally, she pressed the handle from the other side. Under Yulia's body weight, the scarf slipped because there was no loop or knot on it, which is why we assumed it was a murder. As such, the impact of the body hitting the floor and its subsequent movement around the room explains the scratches and abrasions on it.
Yulia committed suicide. This is the verdict of the nation's most powerful psychics.
She must ask her daughter for forgiveness. The mother should ask the girl to forgive her because she never did it before.
I'll perform a ritual to help the girl's soul find peace.
I need to make redemption.
Her spirit is next to you now.
She's standing behind Allah.
It feels like someone is breathing behind me.
Kayal, she's stroking her mother. Yulia is standing behind you, stroking your hair like this.
My baby, forgive me for everything. Forgive me for not being a good mother. I miss you so much.
Kayal, extinguish the candle and let the girl go.
Don't make the mistakes I made. I ruined my and my daughter's lives. Never abandon your child under no circumstances. It hurts so much.
Pray for her. Give her attention and love after her death, at least in your memories.
This is inconceivable. The girl took her own life due to total loneliness and abandonment.